live in the Q studio some special guests that I invited a number of weeks back, and they were out touring a couple of times just around the Christmas holidays, and they're both back in town. Welcome, Kurt and Chris Kirkwood of the Meat Puppets. Hi, guys.
Hi, John.
Well, you're going to do something very special. I know you're playing a show tonight over at the Mason Jar, and that's an all-ages show, what, early, around 5:30?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And then you're going to do another one later on?
9.
At 9 o'clock.
Yeah, the ID requirement show at 9.
Okay, great. So that's 2 shows tonight at the Mason Jar. This is something very rare for you. This is not something you do on stage. This is kind of just for the KQ audience.
That's true. I've never done this before at all. So.
It's a brand new song you wrote just last night?
Let's see. Yeah, I guess I could start with that one. We can sit here and let our minds wander while I mess this up.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
This is Kurt. We'd like to thank Rich Beck at Beck's Guitars for loaning us his 12-string, which Kurt's about to play. And since it is Rich and we're borrowing it from him, it's not Kurt's and he's not real experienced on it. So
it's a pretty guitar. Here are the Meat Puppets.
Push pause.
KQ.
That is brand new.
All right, yes,
An instrumental piece from Arizona's own Meat Puppets. Chris and Kurt just sitting here with a beautiful guitar here.
Yeah.
You wrote that last night.
These are nice, yeah.
Is that untitled, Kurt?
That's Untitled. Untitled Kurt. That's a good name for it.
You like that?
Okay, let's see here. Now I'll try another one. This is an older one from Meat Puppets 2.
It's called Plateau. Oh, thanks.
Many a hand has scaled the grand old face of the plateau. Some belong to strangers, some to folks you know. Holy ghosts and talk show hosts are planted in the sand to beautify the foothills and shake the many hands. There's nothing on the top but a bucket and a mop and an illustrated book about birds. See a lot up there, but don't be scared. Who needs action when you got words? When you finish with the mop, then you can stop and look at what you've done. The plateau's clean, no dirt to be seen, and the work that it took was fun. There's there's nothing on the top but a bucket and a mop and an illustrated book about birds. A lot up there, but don't be scared. Who needs action when you got words? So many hands began to scan around for the next plateau. Some said it was Greenland, some said Mexico. Others decided it was nowhere except for where they stood. But those were all just guesses, wouldn't help you if they could. Get out. I can be good, I can be any way that I feel one of these days. And I'm gonna do what I want, if I want to or if I don't. And I'll be gone with the wayward wind one of these days. I might someday be a hobo man, be a hobo on the railroad track, going any place where I wanna go one of these days. And I won't have trouble on my back, cutting like the devil with a chopping axe. Yes, I'm gonna shake it off of my back one of these days. One of these days it will soon be all over, cut and dried, and I won't have this urge to go all bottled up inside. One of these days I'll look back and I'll say I left in time, 'cause somewhere for me I know there's peace of mind. If you got the money, I've got the time. We'll go honky-tonk and we'll have a time. We'll make all-night spots, dance, drink beer and wine. If you got the money, I've got the time. Well, there ain't no need to tarry. Let's start out tonight. We'll spread your elbow, boy, and we'll spread it right. We'll have more fun, baby, all the way down the line. If you got the money, honey, I've got the time. If you got the money, I've got the time. We'll go honky-tonk and we'll have a time. Bring along your Cadillac, leave my old wreck behind. If you got the money, honey, I've got the time. Well, if you got the money, I got the time. We'll go honky-tonk and we'll have a time. We'll make all-night spots, drink beer and wine. If you got the money, honey, I've got the time.
Yeah. You're listening to Kurt and Chris Kirkwood from the Meat Puppets from Phoenix, Arizona. And I'll tell you right now, that's some exclusive stuff there, guys. I like that.
Oh, thank you.
Kurt, you look like you're having a lot of fun. I noticed you're using a pick and a quarter, and you're going back and forth for a different sound. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to. And I'm sorry, Rich, if you're listening, I've made a really huge hole in this guitar. I don't know what to say. I'm really sorry about it. It's just,
It's kind of neat, really. I mean,
yeah, you can tell people that I did it.
That crack in the neck,
Rich, don't get worried. Don't get worried. It's a normal hole in the middle of the guitar.
Chris,
Yeah, the crack in the neck was already there.
I was going to tell him about that in person.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys. Got about 7 minutes to go before we hit the top of the hour, and I'd like you to bring me to the top of the hour with a live song. But just quickly, you were telling me when you first came in there's a possibility of you touring for a few dates, or at least maybe doing a date or two with Peter Murphy
It's actually 3 weeks.
3 weeks. That's great. And you know what? I know you're going to stick around for a few minutes after you're done because I have brand new music from Peter Murphy coming up in the next hour.
All right.
And you're going to want to hear that new single. And I've got some other goodies too. But I really think that's an amazing double bill. Peter Murphy and the Meat Puppets. Yeah.
I'm glad you think so. I'm gonna be listening to some Peter Murphy here.
I think you'll like him. I think both of you will like him a lot.
I've listened to Love and Rocket some, and like I said, I just I heard Joy Division. I used to listen to that a lot, and I used to listen to the Echo and the Bunnymen was one of my favorite things. But one thing I left out was some Bauhaus.
Yeah, Chris likes the Bauhaus, early Bauhaus a lot.
With Peter Murphy, it's a good bill because the industry has been trying to figure out what to do with this. You know, they refuse to go away.
That's insider stuff, Chris. That makes it less exciting to the audience.
But you know what? I think what really be pretty wild is that Peter actually, his management asked for you guys to be on this bill, and I think that there's got to be some real substance to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
that's one of the criteria, and I think for us to be able to do it was that. It's not something that we've been headlining shows for a really long time, and we've chosen not to do things except when friends ask us, and we're pretty good friends with the Chili Peppers, and we've done a few shows with them. The Los Lobos we're good friends with and have done shows with, and the Violent Femmes as well here in town.
Correct.
But we didn't have anything to do with this, and their management asked for it, and the money's real right, so that we know that it's not some kind of a thing where we're going to be going on unannounced or anything like that. It's a way different thing for us, and you know, if you know what it's like to open shows. I mean, we did that for a lot of years, and just a flat opener a lot of times if the headliner isn't real and consider, a lot of times the audience doesn't see this, but it can be
Well, you know, Kurt, I said it earlier, you know, both bands have been around for at least a decade, and, you know, Peter Murphy, I should say, he's not a band, but he has a band, but Peter has been around at least a decade or more, and you guys have been around for quite some time.
Yeah, we're really...
There's something to that.
This is our birthday, come to think of it. January 1990 is the Pup's 10th anniversry.
Is it? Congratulations.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah, and we you know, we're real excited about it. We're just trying. It's just another one of those steps is trying to figure out where we stand these days. It's such a strange business.
I think I know where you stand. I think you're at that
You'd probably
point in
have a
your
better
career.
point than we would.
Well, only because I'm more of a distance back, and I can actually look at it and just say.
I just think we've been doing our own thing for a long time, and the industry has taken in bands now that are doing their own thing a little bit more. You know, again, you know, it's a cyclical thing. I think it's back at that point where eclecticism is applauded to a degree, and that they're, you know, trying to expand their boundaries and include us as well.
Tell me if I'm wrong. You both probably have this like nervous, anxious anxiety, not a bad one, but just an anxiety that has this it's like a constant running thing, even though you can suppress it. You know, you can suppress it in your mind and body, but you know that this is going to be a year where there's going to be some transitional change for Meat Puppets. What do you think?
Well, I think definitely
It's a pretty similar feeling to the same one I've had for the last 6-7 years.
You know,
It's heightening.
Personally, yeah, I think that especially here with these gigs with Peter Murphy, that's a really nice thing to start the year out with. We're going out the 18th again, and the shows are looking up to be really good back in Chicago and Boston, that area, New York. Things are definitely looking up, and yeah, the thing that makes it, what we're more nervous about, you know, in all honesty, is just, do we, you know, fit in with the way that the trends are going, and as we're being swept up in it, is this something that, not that we want to be involved in, but I guess what it is that we just kind of can't. I think Derek knows a little more about it than we do. He's a little bit more knowledgeable.
I don't think that you have to fit in. I think basically you can remain yourselves, but I think...
Nervous. I'm not nervous. I'm excited. I think that...
Oh, I meant like a happy excitement.
Yeah. The scene and just people's interests in general, you know, I think that the world is opening up in a way like in Eastern Europe, we can see it and whatnot.
Well, see, now, yeah, you're getting
And-
around to
and
it, though. You're saying that it's the world's opening up, but we're also growing. So the anxiety that I feel is it me or is it them? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, I think the year 1990 is going to be a transitional change for Meat Puppets. I think it'll be a real positive one. And I'll tell you what, a couple of minutes. Why don't you take us to the top of the hour with one last song?
All right.
Arizona's own Meat Puppets, Mason Jar tonight. 2 shows, 5:30 for all ages, 9 o'clock for ID, for drinking purposes. And I'll tell you what, in the noon hour, I'm going to be putting one person, along with receiving a Smithereens CD for the Lunch Bunch Hunch, put you on the guest list with a bud for tonight's show at the Meat Puppets. Thanks, guys. Take
All
us
right.
up to the top of the hour.
All right, let's see here. Let's do Sweet Candy Hearts or something like that.
It's by George Jones.
1, 2, 3. Sweetest candy, sweetest candy, sweetest candy, sweetest candy. Once upon a time, sweetheart, when we were in our teens, shared all our hopes and plans, many lovers' dreams. Do you recall that happy night? I swore my love was true. And with this box of candy hearts, I showed my love for you. One little heart said, I love you. One said, please be mine. One said, kisses to you, dear. And one said, you're divine. One little heart said, you're the sweetest. One said, love me true. With this box of candy hearts, I'll show my love for you. And with this box of candy hearts, I'll show my love for you. Now the lonely nights are long and you are far away. Only hope you'll love me, dear, when I return someday. I guess I know I love you, dear. I guess I always will. And sending out these candy hearts to show you how I feel. One little heart said, I love you. One said, please be mine. One said, kisses to you, dear. And one said, you're divine. One little heart said, you're the sweetest. One said, love me true. With this box of candy hearts, I'll show my love for you. Sweetest candy, 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 sweetest candy.